Good evening. Did you know that in the US alone, 25 million plastic bottles are thrown away each hour? Hi, my name is Dan DeVries, and today I'm going to talk about my informative speech of recycling. Recycling is very crucial because the waste that we throw away doesn't just magically disappear. It doesn't go into a bin and go away. It goes somewhere. It goes into landfills and it goes into the oceans. In fact, the oceans are being polluted with so much garbage in some places, it's almost impassable, and it's really affecting our enjoyment of the beaches, of the oceans, and it's also affecting wildlife. Sometimes the wildlife get caught up in some of our waste, our plastic garbage, things like that, and it really damages them and even kills them. However, thanks due in part to advertising and propaganda and giving out knowledge to the people, the general public, recycling rates have increased from the 1980s to today by about 22%. There are a lot of energy savings with recycling. We can save a lot of energy on combusting the material of the raw material versus the recycled material. In fact, with aluminum, it's about 95% savings versus using raw material. With plastic, it's about 70%, steel is about 60%, and with paper, we have about 40%, and with glass, it's 30%. These are great savings. In fact, with glass, the cullet, which is used, recycled, and crushed glass, this can be used over and over again eternally because the glass never loses its properties. So it can be made, used, recycled, broken down, and melted again to be used again. With plastics, they can be recycled down into lesser plastic material. They can even be recycled into making a fleece jacket. I know that Patagonia supplies fleece jackets made of recycled plastic bottles. The energy savings from recycling an aluminum can, just one can in fact save the equal amount of energy as you would for watching TV for 3 hours. Recycling tires can be reused also. These are typically used a lot in making new tracks around the high school football fields, and this is very useful. Another form of recycling is composting. Composting is when you take used products from your house and your kitchen, such as vegetables, fruits, things like that are thrown away, not meats. They can also be combined with leaves from the fallen trees or fallen from the trees, and they can be put together in a bin outside where it eventually becomes fertile soil to be used for gardens, for growing new plants such as fruits and vegetables. An important part of improving recycling rates is having legislation known as extended producer responsibility. This is being used already in countries in Europe such as in Germany and Sweden, where the shift of responsibility of recycling is put more on the producer so that it kind of incentivizes them to build their products that are more recyclable. Also, make sure that they maintain that they can recycle the material all the way through its end life. Certain products that are like this are carpets, paints, pesticides, and mattresses. The disadvantage of recycling is typically almost always due to the costs. There are a lot of costs that are associated with recycling. There are costs associated with employing people to separate and collect the material. There are costs for fueling the vehicles to go ahead and collect the recycled material from homes or from municipalities. There are also costs for maintaining facilities and machinery that are used to separate and divide the recycled material. In conclusion, I would say recycling is definitely beneficial. However, the downside is that there is a lot of costs associated with it. Whenever you need to have a good recycling program, it's all about minimizing the costs. Thank you.